welcome to another live craft and chat, but this is the special craft and chat. This is the last one before Christmas. Hello to everybody who is here. I've been watching the chat happen in the comments. Comments is the word I'm looking for. So let's have a quick look. First in that I can see, which doesn't mean it's true, but I think it is Kathy Breyer saying Merry Christmas. Thank you, Kathy. Merry Christmas to you as well. Freaky, today's live is not outside. I just had a bit of fun with the thumb. That's all. So, yeah, I liked it. I was having, I was like, well, it's Christmas. When do I get to, zhuzh it up and have a play? So, hey, Kelly, welcome to the chat. And Ruth, Merry Christmas. I'm glad you could make it. Lots of people who would normally be at work are here today, so that is awesome. Good morning to Friday Ketchup and Chintamani as well. Wow, and Sally, I'm so glad you're here and you're feeling a little better. Leanne says, Merry Christmas Eve to the Aussies, and Merry Christmas Eve, maybe even Eve to the rest of the world. I think it might be just the 3 Eves for the rest of the world. Sally says that she loves this color on me. Thank you. This is my Christmas shirt. Hang on. Sorry, Leanne. I'm going to have to drop your comment here. This is my Christmas shirt. So I can only wear it at Christmas because it's a Christmas shirt. So, I mean, I've got some StreamYard, which is the software we use for live streaming, have given us some little Christmas presents here. So see the little twinkling Christmas lights. They've also given us, they gave us snow, but it feels more like a snowstorm rather than just a little bit of like, oh, look at the snow. It's like, do you guys want to see what they've given us for snow? Like, let me know in the chat if you want to see what they've given us for snow. I like it's the middle of summer here in Australia, guys. The aircon is pumping. It is so humid here this morning that I was like, oh, maybe I can have it on before the stream and turn it off. No, I'm not turning it off. It's not going to happen. Sally says that maybe I need a normal shirt in that color. I mean, maybe I do. I mean, I like red. Red's cool. I've got some red shirts. I just don't know. I also like blue and gray, so I wear a lot of blue and gray. But yeah, maybe I do need a non-Christmas shirt in this color. Show the snow. Oh, Kerry has to go to work today. Good morning, Merry Christmas Eve. Last full day of work for me, 10 days off. Woohoo! Woot. Lindsay Chateau, welcome to the chat. It's been ages. Buy a white shirt and make it blush. I mean, that could work. All right, let's have, and Bob is here as well. She's made it today. Welcome, Bob. Welcome to the chat. Okay, let's see if we can, I'm going to show you guys this snow, and you guys can tell me if you think, hang on, I've just got to drop that comment. If you think they went a bit hard with the snow, okay? You ready? All right, here we go. For me, I think it's less of it feels like I'm caught in a blizzard. I mean, I don't know what it's like to be caught in a blizzard. I've never been caught in a blizzard, but they gave us some fun ones. So their logo is Puddles. So we also have Puddles hopping in with, his little Christmas hat. Got a few little Puddles ones. Oh, that's Puddles without a hat. That's Puddles without a hat. I don't see the point of the ones without a hat. There were 2 lights, but they look the same as presents. Let's have a look at the presents. The presents are cool. I like the presents because I've got an unboxing to do today. So maybe we can drop some presents later. And what about these fireworks? I mean, that's cute. Let's go back to the lights. All right. Too much snow. I agree, Lisby. Like, they went so subtle and so understated with these Christmas lights, and then the snow was insane. Game Widows, they're not ear muffins. Puddles is the headphones. Hang on, I do have a Puddles. Here we go. He's got little headphones on because he's a live streaming duck. So he's got little headphones. So, yeah. I don't know if I can get that back in there without knocking everything over. Okay. Sally said it was all right when it was falling down, but not so good when it was blowing in sideways. I agree. Yeah, a little too much snow. It's a little too much snow. Friday Ketchup says, snow is just cruel when it feels like I'm walking through hot soup. It definitely is a hot soup day today, isn't it? Like, not as in a drinking hot soup, as in we live in it. It's so, you know, not my favorite. Yeah, definitely not my favorite. They also seem to kill your bandwidth. You get fuzzy when using the snow and the fireworks. Oh, really? Good to know. Good to know. I didn't know that. I'm just having a look here. I'm just seeing what I've got running in the background. Maybe I downloaded something. Hang on. I might be syncing a drive, which I didn't realize I was doing. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see if it's a bit better. Or maybe I could just, we don't need their things, do we? We'll just put the live craft and chat back up. We've got our own things. We made our own. I got enough Christmas here without needing their Christmas lights, right? Ruth Young says, grr, bubbles in a shawlography is frustrating. Yeah, I think bubbles in anything is frustrating, honestly. Yeah, Bob says, like living in a sauna up here. It is. It's got although like saunas are technically dry heat though, right? Like I'm not in dry heat. This is soup. This is soup. Where are we? Yeah, I've got a little puddles. I'm just having a quick look through the chat. Okay, so I do have a box to unbox today. It was an order that I placed during the Black Friday sales. And I got myself a good discount because they allowed the 20% site-wide discount on top of already discounted items. So thank you very much. I'll have that. So do you guys want to see what I have got in the box? Also, while you're letting me know that, what are you working on? Like, it is Christmas Eve, or Eve. Or Eve, sorry, you know, all the Eves. Sounds like a Queenslander. We've got all the Eves. But are you finishing off projects or are you kicking back? Yeah, let me know. Where are we? It's a lovely temp in Adelaide. Is it? Like, I don't know. I'm in Queensland. So Game Widow says biscuits. Lots and lots of biscuits. Well, we're doing a big shop tonight. So we're going to go out hunting for ingredients and things and get some of that done tomorrow. Just because I've been still busy in here up until the end of today, I think. Just keep an eye out for tomorrow morning and then I'm done. Kathy is working on two 6-day kid blankets. What's in the box? Open the box. I'm not nosy. Sure, yes, please. Holly is listening while she's doing her grocery shopping. Don't forget the milk, Holly. Kelly is binding up a shawl so you can free up some needles in preparation for the Moon Dancer shawl cal that's to start on Boxing Day. That is awesome. Trying very hard to finish on sweater, working on the sleeves. My niece does know she may not get it in time. Yeah, because like you weren't planning on giving it to her for Christmas, right? And then all of a sudden you found out she thinks she's getting it for Christmas. Oh my goodness. Kerry is working on hang on, nearly clicked the wrong thing there, Kerry. Garter stitch shawl and started a jump with a lace pattern on the yoke. That sounds nice. Oh, 20 degrees Fahrenheit. What is that in Celsius? That sounds very cold. That sounds very cold to me. That sounds ridiculous. But you're listening and working on your Thule blanket. So yeah, that does sound very cold to me. If I'm guessing right, like that's like negatives land, isn't it? I don't know. I just found a button which I will not press, but it's insert an ad button. So that's weird. I didn't know I could do that in live streams, but righto. I mean, that's one way to do it. If you do plan on having ads, I suppose you can be like, and now possibly an ad for our spot, like, and throw that in. So yeah, it is definitely an interesting thing. -6-ish. Yeah, those minuses. I'm not down for that. I'm not down for those minuses. 23 in 23 I'm okay with. 23 you know, Celsius I'm okay with. So Molly's at 24. Gosh, you guys are lucky. All right. I don't know what I'm at today. Whatever it is, it's about 117% humidity as well. Okay, I'm clearing some space here. We're getting ready because it's a big box. It's a big box. Alrighty. Let's see. This is my beautiful mouse pad. Look at my lovely mouse pad. While I go over here and get the box. Oh, I forgot to do that. Let's just. All right, massive box, lots of air, lots of air. All right, so I ordered one of their basic winding stations in onyx. So I get a ball winder, a yarn swift, and a yarn bowl. Okay, so I'm just going to pull everything out and get rid of the box. Okie dokie. Oops, I forgot to do something very important. Hang on. Bear with me while I turn this all. It'll take a second. It might even freeze the cameras while I do it. Where's my little configure box gone? There it is. Over there hiding. Okay. I just got to turn off the autofocus, which I hate. There we go. Alrighty. Okay, so we have got, we'll start with this first. You can see it mostly. Let me have a look in the chat. Air from another country. That's right. I have air from the US. I'm not opening it. I'm going to let it expel outside. Freaky says we're having a slight storm here with a breeze and snow. We'll have to move it later just to keep it from getting too deep. Fair enough. Fair enough. Friday Ketchup got a Swift and a Swift bag. Nice. Oh, Leanne, excellent point. I'd forgotten to hit that thumbs up. Just wondering if you have too. Gentle reminder. So I'm going to be really honest with you guys. Normally, I don't splurge on Swifts. I normally go the inexpensive eBay Swifts because I've got my really good Swift. But I decided that I wanted a nice one. Oh, that just fell on the floor. Okay. So this is a nice one, right? How do we, like, surely this must just slide off, right? Oh, there goes the hardware. Oh, that's very pretty. It's very black. I was expecting it to be like a kind of wood, not so much just paint. Nice hardware though, like sort of brassy look kind of things here. There's the camera, there it is. Yeah, so I was expecting it to be like, this looks just painted to me or stained rather than a different kind of wood. So hopefully it doesn't stain. I can't imagine they would sell them if it stained the yarn. It's not coming off on my hand. I'm going to pop it up over here We'll see what it looks like. So that's a decent size. So I think, you know, the standard 1.5 yard skeins will fit on there nicely. Slides very nicely, I have to say. I should probably make sure I'm sliding it using its... Yeah, no, it slides very nicely. But the screw does just go, there's no, the screw does just go straight into, like it just goes straight in, and then that actually, let me just look here. Hang on. I'm thinking this, it's just a straight up screw that comes out that clamps it onto the table. There's no, yeah. I don't think I like that. There's the piece of paper. Okay, let's have a look here. Yeah, they use the term clamp loosely. It is literally the screw. There's no second piece of timber that comes up. So it's just being held by this center point screw. That doesn't make sense to me, honestly. Does that make sense to anybody else? You can see that the screw's just coming straight through. There's no full piece sliding up and down. That doesn't seem right. Surely not. That's not a clamp, that's a screw into a table. Okay, that's disappointing. If that's the case, that's like, hope you don't like your tabletop or benches. It is a rounded top screw. Yeah. I was about to say I don't know how I feel about it, but I think I do know how I feel about it. I actually don't like this. I don't like this mechanism at all. I normally screw into my dining table, and I don't want that on the bottom edge of my good dining table. I would like a nice flat plate. Thank you very much. Jackie forgot today was Thursday. It's okay. I nearly did too. Yesterday was a write-off for me. Yeah, I agree, Kelly. I 100% agree. Sorry, I've got hair on my lip. I don't like it. Yeah, that's right. I'm going to have to do something. It will work. I'm sure it'll work, Jackie, but it was not an inexpensive Swift. I get a better clamping mechanism off my $18 eBay Swifts. This set costs, like, on sale was over 100 Australian dollars. And that was 20% off when it was already had 20% off. So I would have expected a much better clamping option. I mean, I like the screws. Everything else is solid. Everything moves nicely. I've got leather tying up the, there's little leather ties holding this all together. So that'll be nice for until it breaks, and then I'll just use string. But they always break eventually, and I always use string eventually, and it doesn't matter. I wonder if I can salvage the flat plate off my crap Swift. My crap Swift went in the bin, but because of how it's screwed up, it wouldn't have worked on this for me. But I'm thinking I may have a clamp that I use off one of these microphones that might do it. Get with the program, ask if nothing is missing. Is not what? Oh, did YouTube try and block a comment? Sorry. Kathy says, sorry to be a Debbie Downer, but I don't like how they have their ties on the Swift. My yarn frequently gets stuck. Oh, really? I'll have to use it and see. I normally try to make sure, like, I will wiggle these around, and I'll make sure that the tie, that like the knot is facing outwards. Like sort of like how that's facing out and down. These seem to be a bit snug compared to the ones I'm used to. I'm used to the ties being a bit looser and a bit droopy. Doesn't mean it's wrong, just means it's different. So yeah, sounds like a bad design to me. I'd be adding a piece of cardboard. It felt like Jackie said, yeah, absolutely, I will be. I'll be adding something. So yeah, I'm a little disappointed with that. Let's continue on. Other than the clamp, so far I'm happy. So yes. All right, next thing is our Nipix Ball Winder. Now I have one of these already. Mine's very old and it's starting to show its age. Mine's about at least 5 years old and heavy use. So it's definitely starting to get aged. And by heavy use, I mean heavy use, not just like slightly heavy use. And considering how inexpensive these guys are, then, you know, there we go, that's on. So this has got a decent little clamp. They know how clamps work. See this one here, they've got like, so that goes into here. Oh, my old one used to have a little handle here so that you could take the table clamp off it and actually hold it by hand and wind it. It was annoying. I never used it that way. That's probably why they don't supply the little handle anymore. Yeah, so see how this has got like, it's got a flat piece, it's got a piece of grip. They're not super high quality, but they exist. They're here. So that's a better situation, I think. So let's get you in. No, I can't. Oh. My brain's like, how do we put this in again? That's all right. I got it. I know what I got to do. I know what I got to do. I got to take that off there. And then slide it into its spot. And then, oh, this should be fun with my new nails. Good job. Well planned. I might have to get Tim to help me with this later. Also, I have the wrong glasses on for this job. There we go. Just getting that first little bit in. That's always fun. Morning, Talia. Kathy says the issue is likely me. No, maybe not. Maybe not. Is there destructions on this? I don't know if there is. I'll tell you one thing I love about electronics gear is they give you a spot on the bottom of all the little clamps that you can use a coin or a screwdriver to turn them. This does not. Okay. All right, that's it. So then that clamps to your little table and you can adjust the height and what have you. And then you bring this guy. Oh, he's fixed now. He used to be able to slide him around. That's cool because that was annoying. So yeah, and then you just wind. Make sure you install the spindle correctly before you start winding. Wind. All right, so there we go. We've got that. I'm looking. There's directions of use. It just says mount your ball winder on the edge of a countertop. Oh, there we go. Remove the screw with the clear plastic. Okay, reading the instructions would have made it clear. Okay, righto. Jeez Louise. So now we have a new ball winder. And then I've never seen one of their yarn bowls. So I wanted to have a look. You splurged on a Stanwood winder. They're the big metal ones. I'm not a big fan of the metal ones, honestly. They're too noisy. Look, in saying that, this is my backup winder because I also had the Nancy's Knickknacks motorized. Oh, wait a second. You said nothing about instructions. Read the destructions is what you need to do. I call them destructions as well. Artsog and Vampire are lurking today. They're having a super busy day. Oh, well, I'm sorry to seize the day that you're not enjoying it in our chat. So we'll just, we'll just remove that. If you don't like it, then don't chat. It's simple. We've got some, right, okay. I suck also. That's wonderful. Thank you. All right, so we've got, aside from that particular user, we've also got the spam bots are coming in and hitting us as well, Mod. So if we can hide, thank you. I may have just accidentally unhid that one. So yeah, just keep an eye on what's going on there. It's happening all over YouTube. It's not just happening here. So there's a lot of issues with some of the spam bots that are happening. So anyway, so what else have we got in here? They call this the black bowl. I mean, that's pretty cute. That's very cute. It's got a big scratch on it. That's not super cute. That's all right. It'll still do its job. It feels a bit tacky. So yeah, might just be my hands too. So yoink over there. I mean, I like the size of. I don't think it would hold a Bendigo ball. But other than that, it's got some decent weight to it, so it would not move. What size fits in it? Yeah, I don't think a Bendigo ball would fit, but I think pretty well most commercial balls would. I mean, you could squish a Bendigo ball into there. So yeah, it is. You could definitely do that. But yeah, it's look. It was basically free. Oh, where we go? Oh, thank you, Jackie. You're awesome. All right. So we've scored these. I'm very happy I got them at such a discount. All I really wanted was this guy, and it worked out the same price to get the whole set as it was to just get this one. The scratch really stands out. Yeah, it really does. I'm not sure if it's a scratch or if it's a piece of glue, and I don't want to sort of play with it just yet. I think it may actually be a piece of it's raised, so I'm thinking it may actually be a piece of like glue or something. But I mean, I'm glad I wasn't giving this as a gift is all I can say. So yeah, because it's got like, there's a scratch there, there's a little scratch there, as well as whatever that schmutz is. There's another scratch here. I think a good clean down will help, but it feels like there's something like gluish here as well. So yeah, I definitely think that that a bit of a cleanup would definitely help it. Yeah, I'm going to be honest, I'm a little disappointed, to be truthful. I was expecting, okay, I'm a little disappointed, but I'm going to be really honest. These bowls, if I wanted to buy a good quality bowl here in Australia, I'm looking at $100, $150 for something hand turned and gorgeous. Starting price, right? Out of timber. I got all of this for 100 Australian dollars. So I can't complain too loudly, right? So yeah, like putting it into perspective, if I wanted quality, I would not have bought a timber product from Nitpicks. Does that make sense? But it will serve functionally, and I'm happy with that for the price I've paid. So Yeah. Yeah, this is wood. This is not clay. This is wood. Does it tell us what kind of wood? No, it doesn't. Mango wood yarn bowl with holes, black stain. So mango wood. I mean, it's got a decent heft to it. It will definitely do its job. So yeah. And because it is wood, if it really bugs me, I can just sand back the lip and revarnish it. And I could even probably sand it back and leave it a bit natural colored and just put a clear finish on it. I don't think that would look too weird as long as I sort of blend it in the lip. So if it starts really annoying me, which it won't, I could go to that effort, but I won't. Oh, Jackie, I think you accidentally unhid somebody. So yeah. So we'll pop that away. So who here has gotten one of these knit pick sets before? Leanne's saying she's got one and she's very happy with it. Leanne, how do you find the bolt straight to your table? Is that an issue for you? Or is that okay? I mean, it does seem to be a good solid, like a smooth edge, but I am concerned that if I, tighten it, it will leave a mark under my timber dining table. So I will personally be adding something over the top of that. Piece of cardboard will probably be what I go. I'll probably use a piece of one of these boxes, knowing me. Now I'm going to pop all these back in their box. So it truly is a case, like one of those cases of you get what you pay for. Okay, it's truly that kind of thing, because I paid $100 Australian for all of that. Okay, so I know that when I'm buying a good ball winder, like my Nancy's Knickknacks ball winder, which unfortunately you can't get anymore, which is very disappointing. I can't get those anymore, but that was $400 just for the ball winder. Now that thing is going to last forever, like absolutely forever. So that's something. And the yarn bowls, I don't know how much use I'll get out of one. I'll probably pop something else in it other than yarn, truth be known. But as I said, it was a similar price to buy the Swift on its own as it was to buy the whole kit at the time. So I thought it was worth getting the lot. So yeah, knit spin girls, I think I would like that, like do that two-tone thing. So sand it back, leave the natural stain, and let it have like the natural colored lip with the dark color inside and outside, depending on the color that the natural wood is. I think I'd like that. Melissa says that she loves her Swift and she uses her bench. That's awesome. I'm glad. I am so glad that you love yours. Kathy says that her Swift has a tiny piece of plastic on the screw. Now, I'm going to double check, but I didn't see anything like that in the bag. But I could have missed it. I could have totally missed it. Kathy has the birch color. Leanne says, no, it's really okay for my table and my bench. To me, the flat area on the top takes the pressure, it seems. I'd add a piece of folded face washer there just to be sure. I've looked at my table and has no marks. Excellent. That's awesome to know. Like the screw that they've used, or the bolt, is very nice. I will say it feels like it's a solid piece of metal. Sorry, I thought I had the door open, but I didn't. Tim's home today. He's on holidays already. Abby's at work. So it's like, instead of Abby just barging away in, I'm expecting Tim in any minute. So yeah. Yeah, no, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. I'll definitely give that. I'm definitely going to use them, because I've also got another table that I'm not that like precious about, that I could always clamp it to if I get worried. I just, for ease of use, my dining table is normally the easiest place to wind yarn, so that's normally where I do it. Yeah, so that was fun. That's the box. That's the box we had to unbox. So I have a question. because I know not everybody needs one. It depends on the yarn that they use. But how many of you here in the chat have your own yarn swift and ball winder? I know some yarn stores will wind your skeins for you, so you may not need one. But because I use my not so much my yarn swift for all the different things, but I definitely use my ball winder. Like if I'm using commercial, like one of those Knit Picks bullets, right? Then I definitely, like when it gets to mush, sometimes I just find it easier just to quickly wind it into a ball while it's still connected to the project, and just to clean it up, just so I'm not dealing with like yarn bath all the time. Game Widows, shortbreads. Oh, come on, bring it up. It's gone. Shortbreads are mixed. Sugar cookies next. Awesome. We're making shortbread tonight. We're going to do it like when it's a bit cooler because it's so hot up here today. Lots of me's. I have both. Freaky Geek says, no, I use a paper loo roll to wind yarn. So you do it a bit more of a Nostapini style. Jackie says, but I will need a new winder soon. Game Widow says, I have an Amish Swift and ball winder. I also have a Nostapini. Yeah, I've got a Knit Picks, a Chiagu Amish style Swift, and that's fine. But I just personally prefer the umbrella Swifts. They just, because like working out which peg for that particular skein, I'm very lazy. You guys know this. So yeah. So Holly has the ball winder, the Knit Picks winder, and an inexpensive Swift. Yep. Vampire says, I don't use them much, but they are handy. That's the thing. It's like you may not need it more than once or twice a year, especially if you're buying a lot of commercial yarn. But when you need it, you need it. So, yeah, I got a cheap Swift and ball winder. So glad I have them. I'd like to upgrade, but not prepared to pay hundreds of dollars. And me neither, which is why I bought this really basic set. They look cute, and it was like 100 Australian dollars for all of it, including post. So, I was, well, because it was post included because it was $103. So I hit the free post. Woot. Kerry Tees, welcome to the chat. Good morning. I finally made it. I have a Swift and a ball winder. That is awesome. Oh, Leanne, hang on a second. Did anybody use the biscuit cookie slice recipes we all shared on the Fun Zone? Yes. Well, I haven't used them yet. They're added to my shopping list for tonight because we're going shopping late this afternoon, and then we're going to start the cookie cooking tonight, and then tomorrow we finish off everything. So yeah. Yeah, mango wood I would expect to be a lighter wood. Oh, it's got some dark flecks in it. That could be interesting too, just for the contrast. Oh, that sounds amazing, Game Widows. What temperature are we even here yet? Let me have a look. Like, I don't even know. All I can tell you is that it's just so hot. Where are we? It is, okay, so it's 28.9 and feels like 32.1 because it is currently 61% humidity. That sounds low. Like, considering how soup-like it feels to walk around outside at the moment, that sounds very low for humidity. Where we go? Knitspin Girl says, I have 2 ball winders, a Margicraft skeiner, and 2 umbrella Swifts. Hardcore Knitspin Girls. I have both, but I use the local yarn store for lace weight. I do rewind the last of the cake, and I Nostapini, mohair, and brush suri. Yeah, you definitely need that control. Jennifer has all of the things. I have a metal Swift and a timber Amish Swift and a royal ball winder with a side roller. Oh, I know the ones. Yes. Chaos Creator Kim, hello. Can't stay, just wanted to pop in and say Merry Christmas to everyone. Merry Christmas, Kim. I have a cheap Swift and a Knit Picks winder. Look, the Knit Picks winders, I think you can buy them by themselves, and they're around $20, $25 each, and they are great for that. Like, for the money that you spend, They do the job. They're not quiet. I mean, they're not super loud, but they're not quiet. My timber one's basically silent. So this one's like makes noise. So I notice it. But like the price differential for $25 versus $400, like I can't compare that. Also, my other one can make huge cakes of yarn. This one can do about 100 grams. So yeah, it's definitely you definitely get what you pay for. But in saying that, the Knit Picks ball winders are solid. Like I've had mine for over 5 years and it's just starting to, like, it's still functional, but that, you know how the center core flipped off before, but it was because I hadn't tightened it in properly. My other one won't tighten in properly anymore. I honestly don't understand why they do that. So like why they make it removable. Like I kind of get it, but it's a weak point in my mind. You can buy a cute bag for the Swift 2 from Knit Picks. I kind of wish they had a bag for the ball winder. Or made the bag bigger to take both. I probably wouldn't stick the ball winder in with the Swift. It might damage it, but I do understand that. Yeah. Knit Spin Girls. I love this. This is how I feel. This is 30 here and 10,000% humidity. And when I read that and it said 60%, I'm like, you lie. This is not 60% humidity. It feels so much worse. Oh my goodness. Chintami says that she picked up something from the Fiberific group, so that's cool. Bob Curran says that my Swift is ancient and made of wire and tin. Can you put a bit of rag in there to help tighten it up? Oh, okay. Yeah, probably. But I didn't want to mess with it when it was the only like ball winder that I had that was little. So now that I've got this other sort of backup one, I'll be more inclined to tinker. So, oh, oops, wrong area. Ours in Sydney is 26 and 97% humidity. Like that's horrible. That's horrible humidity. That's horrible. Yeah, so like having the right tools, like I know it's too late to put things on your Christmas wish list and get them in time for Christmas, but like for us, like we have our anniversary in February, so it's like, okay, right, I can look at like, all right, I didn't request a thing for Christmas because I didn't think I needed it, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh no, something died. So it definitely helps in that regard, that I can sort of think about things and go, okay, right, even at this time of the year when it's too late for Christmas, I can still plan, because my birthday is not till August. It's a long way off. It might help if you don't plan on taking apart ever again. Absolutely. Yes. And that's the trick, isn't it? Like sometimes you can go the jiggery pokery, but you've got to remember that you can't mess with it. Once you've got it just right, that's it. It has to stay like that. Yeah, I second this. Summer socks. I am in summer socks team. Oh my goodness. Leanne. Merry Christmas and please have a beverage on me. Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you so much, Leanne. Oh, Merry Christmas to you as well in your new house. I hope you're having a nice time over there. I'm going to cry. I'm not going to cry. I've got mascara and I can't cry. I've got to put, that's not crying. That's my tea is cold and it was gross. So I have to top it up with warm. Leanne, that is beautiful. Thank you so much. I don't have a thing. I don't have a thing for super chats. I'll have to make a special thing. Leanne, you've inspired me to make a thing like what we have for our memberships, but for super chat. So can we I mean, I don't know how this sounds, but there's a bit of music. So yeah, a little bit of thank you music for Leanne. Yeah, good point. Like, do you want it to be like a beveragino or make the duck dance? Oh yeah, I can make the duck dance. Where is he? Where's the Puddles? We want Puddles in a Santa hat. There he is. He can do a little wiggle. That's for Leanne. Thank you, Leanne. Sorry, a bit of a cough. Oh, the duck keeps dancing. Hang on a second. I didn't know that happened. Stop that now. I just want the duck to dance one time. Chat. No, other chat. There we go. I want to be able to see what you guys say. Okay. Oh, I was thinking of the stuffed one, but okay. Oh, okay. Well, I'm concerned that if I go over and get Puddles now and give him a wiggle dance, that that I may knock everything over because I kind of just got him back there precarious. No. What's the word? Precariously. So yeah. All right. So we've got me sitting here chatting with you guys, trying not to get sidetracked in my brain because, you know, Christmas shopping lists and all that kind of stuff. Game Widows is baking 11 billion biscuits. What are you working on right now? Like, what's happening? Like, are you crafting or are you working on stuff? I think Holly was grocery shopping last time we heard. Kerry's off to work. Bye, Kerry, and Merry Christmas. I hope you have a wonderful Christmas with your family. We're going to have a week by the ocean. Nice. Enjoy that. You don't want that just yet. Thanks, Freaky. I appreciate that. Tali is putting her baby to sleep. That's a good job to do. I quite enjoyed doing that. Shortbread is chilling, gathering the ingredients for the next cookies. You said sugar cookies next before, didn't you? Lindsay says, I'm watching Jeopardy and painting my fingernails. Nice. You got to do these like self-pampering things. I did my nails yesterday. I mean, I didn't do them. I got my lady to do them. Do you guys want to see my nails? They're a bit Christmassy, but because we're getting them done right now and I wasn't going to be able to get them done again later, we've gone kind of Christmas themed, but also, you know, they'll be all right for celebrations other than Christmas. Jen Deal says that she's working while watching, or it's like at work kind of working, not like crafting working. Ruth says, I have to work the day before Christmas and the day after Christmas. Oh. I just checked out, and let me tell you, people are super annoying tonight. Come to think of it, people are usually annoying at the grocery store. Yeah, I have to agree. Not everybody, but sometimes you're just a bit like, what? Come on. Where are we? Jancy is crocheting holly leaves, feeling crappy because I had a booster yesterday. Oh, well, I'm glad you've had your booster, but yeah, I'm pretty well prepared for the fact that when I get mine, I'm going to feel like death for a few days. I'm working while listening and watching. Awesome. Artsog is doing the last few rounds of the Amicale border, and I'm planning what to pack next. Oh, because that's right, you guys are moving, aren't you? You had that horrible news that you have to move at Christmas. I'm knitting on a sock while nursing a swollen foot or ankle home from work. Nice to happen just before Christmas. I'm reading some sarcasm there. Am I reading that correctly? Because that sounds pretty trash to me. I mean, it's nice that you can actually not be at work and be at home, but the whole swollen foot ankle, that doesn't sound fun to me. I'm crocheting a goose leg. I've still got 2 Ammies to finish and plan to make 2 sauces more for our dessert bar. So when you say you've got 2 more to finish, they're all started, aren't they? You've just got to stitch them all together. Is that right? You know, yesterday I went to jump into the Zoom, and because I'd seen that you guys were jumping in, I jumped into the Zoom, except it must have been like an hour later and you're all gone. The stores are madness, panic buying already. But see, Talia, the stores are always insane at this time of the year. Like, I try to avoid them, like, at this time of the year, and only because Abby wants to do the late night shop with me. I would normally go by myself. Like, the store shuts at midnight. I would go at like 10:30 on my own, and it's just about dead then. I'm talking grocery store. And it's so quiet, and that's where I normally like to go. But because Tim and Abby want to come, we'll probably go at like 8:30 or 9 o'clock, so it'll still be busy, which I'll hate. But yeah, or maybe I could talk them into the later. That'd be cool. That would be fun. Yes, sarcasm. Not fun, except you get to knit. Yeah. Lindsay says that she's also working Christmas Eve, but only until noon, so not too bad. Yeah, I've got some people who've put in some last minute orders on Fiberific Fun Zone, and I have not Fun Zone, Fiberific website, and I have said that I will ship up until Christmas Eve. So while I'm winding everything else down today, I'll be keeping an eye on the orders and getting those out today and tomorrow. So they won't make it in time for Christmas, but if I can get it to them as soon after, then I'm happy. Sally said that it was only me and Kim in Zoom and only for like 10 minutes because I had to leave for an appointment. Oh, okay. All right. I just saw names kept popping in. So maybe other people were jumping in and there was no one there. Okay. Nothing broken, at least just 2 weeks rest and nothing too athletic. I can still get around. Well, like that's actually not a bad case scenario, really. Like it would be worse if there was something broken. Spectacles of Rose. I'm not sure where you are. But in Australia, if like at this time of the year, if you have to be in plaster, it is hot. Oh, my teacup's full. It is horrid because it's so hot and sweaty and gross, and then plaster on top of it. It's just all bad. Jen's working until Christmas morning. Oh, bits of. Bleh. I'll try and read the word you actually wrote. How about that? Bits of both are done. I just didn't get time until today. I'm grateful to spend this 2 hours with you and the chatters. Oh, thank you, Leanne. So yes. All right. So we've got lots of craft happening, and there's like relaxing or working. So that is good too. We've all got to work. Well, we don't have to, but if we didn't, there's consequences, right? Sometimes we can't buy the things we want to buy if we don't work. Oh, goodness me. The tea in my teacup today, I'll give you 14 guesses. Oh my gosh, you're in Brisbane. Okay. Oh, wow. Yeah, strapping on the ankle is also too warm. Oh my goodness. At least it isn't plaster. Gosh. Yeah. Wow. I can't, like, seriously, I can't even imagine. Like, yeah. I hate the heat. One of the things that like my husband and I joke about is like, where would we live? Like, we love Brisbane because this is where I grew up I grew up on the Sunshine Coast. It's one of those places, and I love it here. But I hate summer, like with a passion. I hate summer. And Tim's like, well, where else could we live? And I'm like, nowhere in Australia. There's nowhere in Australia because like the places that actually stay cool in summer become bitterly cold in winter, which I also don't like. Like, I don't even know. There's nowhere that does the whole temperate all year round. I'm like, I'd take 20 degrees all year round, please. You can't have that, apparently. Seasons happen. So, I need to be like one of those uber rich people who travel for the winter or travel for the summer or whatever. So yeah, just like, okay, where in the world is 20 degrees right now? Let's go there. So yeah. Oh, Casey, I've just come in from doing fence maintenance, rehammering every nail. I feel all melted. I don't blame you. Oh my goodness. Yeah, there's choc mint is what I have in my cup today. It is the choc mint. It's my favorite. I drink the licorice legs and it's fine, but I normally drink that for vocal cord health, which is why I'm raspy already, because I'm not drinking the tea that helps with it. Yeah. So, yeah. So buy a summer home. I'll do that with like, my next super chat. See, that's the thing. Like, I like the idea of Tasmania, but I think it would get very cold in winter, and I don't know how I'd feel about that. Talia, I agree. We have to migrate like birds. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. There's nowhere on Earth that is certain degrees all year round. Yeah. I understand how, a round planet works. So, yeah, I definitely get it. Makes me sad, though. Makes me sad. We had a few days. Oh, hang on. Where is it? We had a few days over 30. I'm like, okay, I've experienced summer. I'm ready for winter now. I know, like, our winter in Queensland is like, it's like, okay, I had to wear a long sleeve t-shirt for a couple of days. Winter's over now. So why can't we have the same for summer? But we don't get that. Maybe house sit for somebody in the cold summer. That would be nice. Yeah. At least you'd be able to wear some of the crochet knitted things in Tasmania. Absolutely, Linda. Absolutely. That's the thing, isn't it? Hang on. Where is it? Jackie says, it's not that cold in Hobart, just rug up. I can live with rugging up. Like compared to Bendigo. Like compare it to Bendigo for me, Jackie. Bendigo in winter. What's Hobart like? Lindsay was saying San Francisco is apparently always the same temp. Being on the bay, it doesn't fluctuate much. That sounds nice. I like being near the water. The water is good. Yeah, if you move to cooler climes, you just get to wear your knitwear stuff. I know. Poor Jackie. Poor Jackie's come up from Tasmania where it's not disgusting to Queensland where it's horrible. Like weather-wise. Just weather-wise. Okay, that says it all. Yeah, the humidity is dreadful today. It's absolutely dreadful. I mean, I got no other words for it. It's just so. I wish it would just get over with. We've been told it's going to rain all through Christmas, and we're like, you know what? Let it rain. Make it rain. Whatever. If it cools everything down, okay, sure, rain. Mm-hmm. We've had rainy Christmases before. We can deal with it. Jackie says it's about the same as Bendigo, but you won't be standing in a drafty tin shed. Cool, because I don't mind Bendigo in the winter when I'm not having to stand in that windy, wind tunnel of coldness in the shade. When I went out for walks in the sun and stuff like that, it was lovely. It was really nice. It was 60-kilometer plus winds when I left. Oh, my goodness. Wow. Okay. Cool. I don't know what else to talk about today, you guys. Like, I'll be really honest. Throw something at me. Throw a question at me that I can rant on about or something. Not rant on, but, my brain is in, like, the house, and I'm trying to think of all the things I've got to move. And because after the live stream today, a lot of my Fiberific stuff that we keep in the house has to come out to the shack. So it's going to be like pretty narrow maneuvering to get through. I'm going to try and leave as much of the set empty as possible. But on the other side, it's going to be packed to the roof, I think. So we've got lots of stuff coming in. And my brain keeps going, okay, we're going to have to move that and that and that and that. And I'm really trying hard to focus. Tali, that's just mean. That's just mean-spirited and mean. And mean and a bit more mean. I was so hot yesterday in my car. I needed to use the car screen protector across my driver's window. It was exhausting. My arm was burnt. Like, as in while you were driving, or just while you're in the car? Like, I'm confused. Have we spoken about food yet? Not really. Not a lot. We've mentioned cookies because Game Widows is making cookies right now. He said make you rant. Yeah, I mean, truth. That is truth. Yeah. You guys all know what does it. I was in a Facebook group that I just backed away from. There was a conversation where someone was trying to I actually put in my 2 cents worth and then just left, because there was a conversation about substituting yarn, and someone was asking when they're substituting yarns. Here in Australia, we don't have easy access to a lot of the yarns that you guys have in the US. And they were trying to substitute it out for something more easily available. And they were tossing up whether to go by plies, which is like 4-ply or 8-ply, which is our measurement of weight in Australia. So we don't have number 2s and number 3s and number 4s and all those. We don't use that chart. Like America thinks that's an international chart. It's just not. Or do they go by the meterage and the meters per grams kind of thing? And I was like, well, look, this is actually more tricky than you think, because to get a similar feel to the yarn that you're substituting, you don't just consider the weight and the length. You also need to think of the construction of the yarn. Is it a coarse spun? Is it lofty? Is it made of cotton? All of these things will change it. But if you just are trying to match it up gauge-wise, meterage is probably the best way to go, but you really do need to consider these other things. I kind of turned off notifications after I received a way to make things hard for somebody kind of message. And I was just like, I don't think I made it hard for somebody. I think I explained the problem. So yeah, so there was that. That was my excitement fun on Facebook yesterday. My daughter came to visit one summer and we had an afternoon storm. She said she was going outside to stand in the rain and cool off. She came in totally disgusted because the rain was warm. Yeah. How do you store all of your needles, hooks, and cables? That is an excellent question, Kelly. And I would love for you all to pop your answers in the chat. But for me, my knitting needles are all interchangeable Chow Goose. They have their little pouches. I've got a bamboo small set and a stainless steel small set. The bamboo's 4 inches, the stainless steel is 5 inches. So they're in their cases. I bought additional tips and cables. They all go in there as well. Hooks, I have each brand. So my tulips are in the case that they came in. But my clovers are in a little pencil case. So that I know where they all are. And then I have some others, like the randoms, that a friend of mine many years ago, she made me a beautiful hook roll. And so anything that doesn't fit into sort of either of those two categories goes into the hook roll. So yeah, I'm just there we go. Now let me have a look through here. Say your bit and run. Yeah, it was a bit like that this time, Freaky. I normally stick around and defend, but this time I was just like, oh man, I'm not playing this game. Okay, so yes, while driving, I had a tour trip and the sun was blazing. So were you driving or was your husband driving? And my confusion and concern is because when I think of a window thing, I'm thinking one of those silver things that you put across the window to block all the light. You can't drive with one of those on. Like, I'm so confused. Anyway, let me keep looking through here. Bub says that she's been offered an alpaca fleece to spin on a share basis, but I haven't seen the condition of the fleece and never spun alpaca before. So any ideas? Okay, so like sheep's fleece, Bub, not all fleeces are created equal. And it could be like, also the people who shear alpacas don't always shear them well. So there could be a lot of second cuts and short cuts in it. I would talk to them about, after you've looked at it and after you've skirted the fleece, work out how much is left over. Don't base it on the weight of what they send you, because what they send you may only be a half of what you can use. So I would definitely do that for a start, and have a look through it. And also the other thing to remember is alpacas have guard hair. So you also need to make sure you're removing that guard hair. So what I tend to do is, like skirting a fleece, like a standard sheep's fleece, I lay it out on a table. And if you run your hand, hang on, I'll just drop that off. if you run your hand over it, they tend to stand up a little, so you can pull them out. But while you're spinning as well, make sure you get them out, because if you get the guard hair into your fleece, that's where some people talk about how alpaca is itchy. It's because it wasn't picked properly. So you definitely need to make sure that you are dealing with, definitely need to make sure you're dealing with that. I would also judge how dirty it is, because you may need to wash it. I'm allergic to alpaca, so and I found this out later. I've spun a lot of alpaca. The other thing to remember is also to think about the wear and tear on your wheel, especially if you're spinning a lot and you're spinning it lace. Like, it depends on obviously what they want. And I would double check what weight yarn they're after and how many plies and all that kind of stuff, which I'm sure you've talked to them about. But I would make sure that the thing to remember is alpaca, they dust bathe. So all of their fleeces have this really fine dust in it. And I know of tons of people who basically spin alpaca predominantly, who are constantly replacing their guide hooks on their spinning wheels, because the alpaca acts like a little fine emery and just cuts through even the stainless steel. So you've just got to watch that, and just really, I'm just going to write down this thing so I can add this new one to the block words list. Because they change the cases like this so they can make it through your block words list like a big bunch of butt faces. So we all know how we feel about these kinds of bots and trolls. They're just bot faces. These are bots, these ones that are coming through with the Vask tech. They're bots, so they don't actually have a person attached to them. So they're just annoying. Where are we? So I'll go back up because we've missed stuff here and I don't want to miss anything. Yes, yarn substitution is difficult. It's not as easy as it sounds. Some of us Americans know there's other countries. I hate it when you actually try to help and people get all touchy about it. Yeah, it's because they want just that fast answer. They don't want to be told, well, actually, you really are better off getting the yarn that's recommended if you want it exactly the same as the image. So if you are going to substitute, you've got to allow for this. You make it difficult for them, and they don't like that. They want an easy answer. They want to be told that what they are thinking and what they want to do is correct. Like, everybody wants to be told they're correct. Here we go. Sally, in the relation to the question of where do we all store our hooks and what have you, I have a zip pouch that my mum made for my hooks, bits and bobs. That's awesome. Alison has a lot of different pouches for the interchangeable knitting needles and cables, and a pencil case for the crochet hooks. It seems to be a common theme, doesn't it? I have a case with loops that fits a hook per loop, and my stitch markers and scissors and pens and zips. That sounds fun. The sets are in pouches, and then everything else is in a box where I can't find anything. I really need to organize them. Yes, absolutely. One of the things that I did, because I like I do like a fixed circular for knitting beanies and the 9-inch circulars for knitting socks. So Chowgu brought out it's a fixed circular storage case, and it's got the sizes on the side, and you just sort of coil them up a bit and poke them in and then clip it down with the Velcro. And I like that. So I've got all my matching cases, and I really like that. But that's me personally. My hooks are in this funky glass case. My notions go in one of Chantel's little clickety cases. So they were the Nancy's Knickknacks Notions cases, but that we can't get them anymore, which is such a shame because they were so good. They were good. Mine are all stored in a little drawer. Set for the hooks, the knitting needles are standing up in a knitting bag. Circulars are in their storage box, and interchangeables are in their third pouch along with their cables. See, like, we've got all these different ways for storing our stuff. It's so cool. I have a windowed pouch for my interchangeable sets and a zipper case for my hooks, as well as a hook stand for my ergonomic hooks. Ah, yes. The best advice I was given for spinning alpaca is to start your spinning thicker than you want and then thin it down after it's on the bobbin a turn or two. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Especially if you want to spin fine lace like what you do, Chintamani, for sure. I didn't know people could be allergic to alpaca. I was told it was hypoallergenic once clean, as there's no lanolin like sheep. Yeah, there's lots of things people can be allergic to. Yeah. So I'm not allergic to lanolin. I have no issues with lanolin. I can use sheep's fleece, no problems at all. But alpaca makes my eyes go bright red and my skin jump into hives. So now I do have a dust allergy, but I was having problems with both raw alpaca, which I assumed was the dust, but also with commercial alpaca. So I went to the doctor and got tested, and I'm definitely allergic to alpaca. So it's like people who say you can't be allergic to lavender because, you know, whatever. It's like, dudes, I'm definitely allergic to lavender. So I get to be allergic to all the fun things. Hello, Beth Baker. Welcome to the chat. Allison says, wash alpaca in lukewarm water and use some cheap shampoo to get the dirt out. You usually need to do a couple of washes. If you have a set of fleece combs, use them to brush out the fleece after it's dry. Yeah. Excuse me. If you're planning on spinning alpaca from a bat, just make sure you only run it through once. It gets neppy really fast, like fine, because it's usually fairly fine. But I would definitely, if I was you, I would definitely not make any promises until you've sighted the fleece. Because some people have alpacas basically as lawnmowers. Their fleeces are not good quality, and then they expect it to turn into this amazing alpaca sweater. But you can't, you know, you can't make a beautiful sweater out of steel wool. It just doesn't work. Yes, Leanne, that's exactly right. That is 100% right. Chintamani is a pencil case for the hook, the double pins in the pouch they came with, and everything lives inside a fabric insulated double-decker kids lunchbox. That's cool. Yep, Allison says some people are allergic to alpaca. Absolutely. I keep all my needles in their Chow-Gu cases or a crochet hook roll. All cases live theoretically in a giant pencil case. Yeah, mine just live on the corner of a desk. I mean, is that really a storage solution? No, but do I know where they are when I want them? Yes. You're allergic to the world. I am allergic to the world, it turns out. Very much so. I just hang out here. Being on YouTube is very good for me because I get to control my environment. So, yeah, Beth, you're right. You can be allergic to literally anything. Yes, absolutely. And dust allergies are actually the mites and not the dust. That's right. And my doctor had said that the results that came back from my dust allergy was insane, and she's never seen anyone go from not allergic to dust to allergic to dust with such a high ratio. Like my allergy is just insane. It just appeared out of nowhere. I mean, I don't think it appeared out of nowhere. I think it was the first time I got tested for it. I always reacted a little bit to dust, but I always just put it down to it's dusty. But yeah, no, that one's not a fun one. I can't have lavender in the house. My son has a reaction to it. Yep, my poor mum. Honestly, my poor mum, super duper hippie. Couldn't use lavender. I moved out of home and I would have to ring her and give her plenty of warning when I was coming for a visit, because one day I rocked up and she was like, you can't come in. And I'm like, why not? And she goes, I've got lavender oil burning. I've got, lavender incense out in the back deck. And she basically became this lavender lady after I moved out of home. Like, I had to get all the lavender back into her life after not having any for 17 years. Oh, wow. That's when the fun explaining things starts. Mildly allergic, not seriously. Oh, my goodness. Gosh. And you could end up, back to the alpaca, yeah, you could absolutely end up with only 50% of a fleece that's usable. Absolutely. So, yeah. Leanne's allergies kicked up a notch after a menopause. Well, I don't wish that on me. I'm not there yet. And my allergies are bad enough. Thanks very much. And the other fun thing that I have is I react to antihistamines. not like my reaction is I fall asleep. So it's like, okay, I can vacuum the floor, but I have to wear a mask. I have to keep my glasses on. And I also have to take an antihistamine. But that means I've got about an hour before I need to sleep for 5 hours. So I have to plan things. Although, you know, my husband's pretty good. He's been taken on the vacuuming since all this has started happening. So that's pretty cool. I can still mop. I just can't vacuum. And like we've just given the vacuum cleaner a big clean up and overhaul because we think maybe the vacuum cleaner was kicking out fine dust. I don't know. We don't know. He'd really like for me to vacuum. Wow, there are some interesting allergies and stuff like this. No, I don't think you are. I don't know. Like, I mean, are you allergic to it or do you react to it? Like, there's two different things to remember. Like, you may absolutely be reactive to something and you can't have it. That doesn't necessarily mean it's technically an allergy. But yeah, it's definitely one of those things. But no, it happens. It happens all the time. But at least you know, and you know which one to avoid. So that is also really good. I'll try explaining to a doctor. Oh, wow, that's a fun one. Like, if you need it, you need it, and you can't have it. Oh, my goodness. I don't know if I've ever had it. I've had 2 knee surgeries, and I don't think I've had it. Yeah, my almost adult daughter needs to step up. Like, I'll say so. Like, she's 16. She's nearly 17. And she's pretty slack, like really, like the reality. We don't give her pocket money because she doesn't do any jobs. Like, if you don't do the jobs, you don't get paid. It's that simple. So she accepted that. She was like, fine, I won't have any pocket money. And now she has a job. So it's like one of those things. Like, so at work, so she's working as a vet nurse intern. She has to mop and clean at the vet. So I've noticed at home, she's starting to tick it up a notch. I have been a bit slack and haven't cleaned the stove for a little while. I came out into the kitchen last night and the stove was all cleaned down. And I was just like, oh my gosh, did somebody clean the stove for me? And Abby was like, I did it. I'm like, oh, thank you. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, she, you know, and I'll come into the bathroom and I'll be like, what's going on in here? And she will have completely emptied out the cabinet underneath, and she's just going through and getting rid of stuff. And she does these like she does the deep cleans. She doesn't do the step. But so I'm like, I'll take the deep clean. Thank you. Sure. Lots of reactions happening here. Antihistamine tablets put me to sleep as too, even the non-drowsies. Yeah, I only buy the non-drowsy. So yeah. Codeine, I'm not good with codeine either. So Jen Deal says, I have an intolerance to things. Technically, they aren't allergies. Yeah. Oh, you woke up from an operation? I woke up in an operation once, but I don't know if I was screaming. I don't remember. Yeah, aspirin I can't have. I'm in that 2% of asthmatics that can't have aspirin, Nurofen, anti-inflammatories. Like, there's a whole pile of stuff I can't have. They just set my asthma off and make me have an asthma attack. So it's like, oh, would you like to be less puffy or breathe? Ooh. Yeah, you contribute. I agree with you, Jackie. You contribute to the mess, you help clean it up. Look, she does do stuff, just never when you ask. That's all. Oh no, are you okay? Why have you got egg out? You death allergy to eggs. Do medical bracelets work? I have someone in the family who has similar issues, and they need a person with them to go into the emergency to tell the staff not to. Technically, medical bracelets are supposed to work, but sometimes in the heat of emergency, especially, they get missed. Oh, wow. That's a bit like me and prawns. I've got a 3 prawn limit. I love prawns or shrimp if you're not Australian. And then I look like I've had like lip filler and my mouth gets itchy. So it's like I have to stop eating because, So if something's cooked with prawns in it, I'm normally okay. I can just pick them out. So I'm very lucky in that regard. I have a lot of mild allergies as well, which is really good because they won't kill me. Like my reaction to bee stings is localized ridiculous amount of swelling. So if I get stung in the foot, my foot will swell up, my skin around my toes will peel a little. I don't want to go into too much detail, but it's on my foot. So the only real concern I have with bee stings if I'm stung in my throat. Try not to let bees near my face. So because it's localized, whereas there's some people that bee sting anywhere and they're done, they're gone. So I'm very lucky in that regard. I'm very lucky. A reaction to moisturizer, that doesn't sound fun, especially if you found out after you've moisturized all the things. Miss Spin Girl says, I grew up putting Savlon on cuts, just found out I'm now allergic to it. Oh, gosh. Yeah, we all have like serious allergies, don't we? Frangipanis decided my arm cells needed to interact with plant DNA and it went badly. Yeah, I can imagine. I can imagine that. Vitamin E creams. Are you allergic to vitamin E creams, Jackie? Until this is the thing, right? You think vitamin E, it's good for you. And vitamin E is good for you. But you don't know what else they're putting into these creams. Like for me, there's a lot of multivitamin tablets and things like that I can't have. And it's not so much what the vitamin is that causes the reaction. It's what they use as fillers, and so they can press it into their pretty little tablets. Because I react to a lot of preservatives and things like that. So, and they don't always list all those out clearly. They just go, and preservatives. I love this one. I have a food allergy. That's a cool one. That's a cool allergy. I like that one. That's very fun. So much stuff. And this is the thing, isn't it? We all live in this same world. But all of us react to our world differently. Like whether it's allergic reactions or mental or emotional or whatever, we all react to our spaces differently. Gosh. Yeah, it's crazy. Oh gosh, I had a broken arm in summer in Queensland, and that's having to it's hot and humid and gross, and you don't want to be wrapping things. Oh, and pollen. Hello, storm asthma. Oh, storm asthma's fun, isn't it? I think you actually get more of it down in Victoria than I get of it here in Queensland. I have to say, I'm barely like in the reality is I spend a lot of time inside. I fake bronze my skin because I spend so much time inside. So because I can control my environment. Yeah, like that's the thing. We all react to things. That's a funny one. I was reading a funny story, Sally's talking about kiwi fruit down here. And I was reading something because I've always peeled kiwi fruit. I've never eaten the skin on kiwi fruit. I don't know why. It was just, I suppose my mum always peeled it. And they were talking about how, like in this article, how there's no need to peel it and you can just slice up the whole kiwi and lay it out. And I'm thinking, yuck. It's like leaving the skin on banana. Why would you do that? Anyway, and skin on mango. I don't eat mango skin either. They're all banana skins. I'm sure there's plenty of people who do. It was a Christian Hull was doing a thing on one of his lives where he was making maple glazed bacon, so fake bacon, and they used banana skin as the bacon substitute. And it was just insanity. It was just so bad. And he was just like, you can barely taste that it's bacon and then that it's not bacon. And then he was just like, oh, wait, yes, you can. But it's like all this like drama just because I had to like slice all of the like floppy stuff off. So it was just the Anyway, it's bizarre. But yeah, banana skins are out. Kiwi fruit has to be peeled. Yeah. Kiwi fruit needs to be peeled. Yenna. Like how Aussie is Yenna. Honestly, I love that so much. Yeah, kiwi fruit needs to be peeled. Yes, freaky. Absolutely. It's like leaving the core and the peel on pineapple. Oh, Jancy's off to bed. Jancy, I hope you feel better soon. Yeah, it's furry. It's furry. Absolutely. Oh my goodness. Thank you, mods, for dealing with all this. There's so many bots happening at the moment. It's happening all across YouTube. It's driving everyone up the wall. It really is. I really appreciate you guys keeping on top of it as well. I don't eat the skin as such. I end up eating it like an orange. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Lindsay said, I had to buy makeup this week, and it's always nice to know that the lighter shade always matches my level of pale. I know, isn't it hard? Like, you just want something just to look nice. And it's like I'm very pale. So, yeah. Friday Ketchup says, mods are so great. I'm not even seeing the bots. They are doing fantastic, and they're on it today. This is probably, with the mods, would you say this is the worst bot attack we've had for a while? I would hazard a guess to say yes. I mean, it's not the worst spammers we've had, like the people that are just mean and write horrible stuff. They're live. They come in as humans. But the bots are different, and it's just insane. Oh, Kiddo is making macarons. Okay. Could you explain why these bots matter to your live chat? So it's more that it's disruptive and annoying. And these particular bots, they're not writing anything bad, which is good, but not all bots do. And there is a wave of bots that are going through and putting in WhatsApp numbers and commenting on people's live streams and videos and saying things along the lines of, if you want to connect, we can have a conversation over here on WhatsApp. And then it's just like, yeah, it'll be $10, and we can have a video call, blah, 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 blah. People pay, and they, that's it. They've lost their money. And so that some of these bots are ripping people off. Whereas the ones that we're getting so much at the moment are just annoying. But what they're doing is they're testing to see if our live stream and our system will allow them to stay. And if they stay, then the next level comes in. So yeah, it's definitely something you have to keep on top of when you're live streaming. The other thing to remember is YouTube do judge me based on what's happening in the chat, and things, if they start putting in worse stuff, what they're putting in is annoying and totally irrelevant and doesn't even make sense. But if it escalates, it could be worse. So it's like good to keep it on top of it as much as you can. Sally said that this is the most she's ever seen. I'm assuming Jackie's response is yes to most they've ever seen as well. Yeah, it's just best to delete them when you can. And we're blocking them from the channel, so that same channel person cannot come back and just do more. They're totally blocked from the channel. But in saying that, it's so easy for them to create a new account to hook a bot up to that it just, comes in. Freaky. And that's the thing, like I'm seeing like creators like Justin Brown and Roberta Blake and like these big time creators, their icon is being taken, so their photo is being used, and then it looks like it's a message from them. So people are thinking that they're going to get a call with somebody who's, you would normally have to pay a lot for. So the Queen Cow continues in 2022. Yes, it does. It really does. What is this? It's going to be like for me. It's going to be like a COVID cowl because it's like all through all the COVID years. Yeah, they're all computer generated, and there's it's just annoying. It's really what it is. It'd be nice if YouTube could do something about it, but short of making everybody verify their existence when they create a YouTube channel, like with ID, like with a driver's license or something along those lines. I don't know if there is a way that they can do it. Yeah, it's going to be epic when it's done. Yeah, it's a bit hot at the moment too. It's like, it's enormous. It's going to be this giant blanket. Like, I'm like looking at it going, I don't know if I'll even need it on my bed in winter. Like, that's how warm it's going to be. I'm just like, oh gosh, this could be not good. It could be one of those ones that you lay there for while it's pretty and then fold it back and put it out of the way when you actually go to bed. So at least here in Queensland, for our Queensland winters of jokes, like where I am, we get down to like overnight temperatures drop. So we can get down to 2 or 3 degrees. Not normally much under that, but some days down there. Oh, Kelly, you're coming in with the great questions today. Do people buy a Christmas present for themselves, and what are you getting? Excuse me. I do, but unintentionally this year. So the sewing designer that I love for bags, she put together a Christmas box. And so I ordered that. So it's waiting for me to pop it under the tree because I haven't opened it. Oh, we were told to open it and get the cookie out, and then inside of it was all wrapped. So the box, you could open the box and grab out the cookie and then close it and then put it under the tree. So I ate the cookie. The cookie is gone. Yeah, I think I do think verification is coming personally. I don't see it as a bad thing. So yeah, I don't know. I don't see it as a terrible thing, especially if it deals with a lot of this stuff. It could solve a lot of the problems of like attacking spam and things like that, because people know who you really are. Like, you're probably allowed to have a username, but YouTube knows who you are. So it would make it a lot harder for people to be mean, like, and viciously mean. So like in our chat, we don't have any of this. We're very lucky. This is a great group. But I've seen in some other chats some of the things that people say and write, and you're just like, really? That's going to be left there? And like the person running it is just like, yeah, whatever, I don't care. And it's just like, wow, okay. Chintamani, yes, you do have to come and pick it up. It's ready for you whenever you're ready. Jackie says, not to put under the tree, but I bought myself a couple of expensive books a few weeks ago on William Morris and on carpet weaving around the world. Nice. Freaky says, I had a cookie the other night in the shape of a sweater, shortbread, I think. I was not sure. I'll have to ask. Nice. Alison bought a fleece advent calendar for your Christmas present. Lovely. I do buy a selfie gift most years. I purchased a mystery box for under the tree this year. Oh, fun. See, what we do in our household is we make a list, and we make ridiculous lists, right? Just absolutely ridiculous, like just crazy amount of stuff, so that whoever like out of the family that are buying off the list, they don't have to buy it from a particular place. It's just a list. And it means that even if you get exactly what you wanted, you're still getting a surprise, because which of the crazy number of exactly what you wanted did they get you? So, and that also means that we don't tend to spend as much money on gifts that people don't appreciate. We were finding that was becoming a problem, where people were like, oh, I thought you'd really love this. And then you kind of look at it, especially me with all my allergies. It was just like, oh, wow, that's great. Thank you. I love it. And then have to sort of move it out of the house because you couldn't keep it. yeah, so we found that was a really good way for us. So I don't feel the need so much to buy gifts for myself yet, which is really cool. Tim bought a gift for himself. My husband, he's rung me the other day and he was like, I don't know what you, like this is a couple of weeks ago, I don't know what you and Abby are planning on getting me. But you know how I need a new tablet, and I'm here at JB Hi-Fi and there's a crazy deal on the exact tablet that I want, and it's like $300 off. And I'm like, then you buy that for Christmas. And he was like, are you sure? Are you sure? I'm like, yes, buy it. Don't make me miss out and have to spend another $300 to get it. And he was like, okay. And then we weren't going to let him open it. So he's brought it home and he's put it somewhere like in the lounge room, like on the hutch, like right, like you could just see it. And he was sitting on the couch with his old tablet that was just glitching up and playing up just so much. And he's just sitting there playing it. And then he'd look up at the box. And then he'd keep playing on, you know, and you'd just be like, oh my gosh. And Abby and I had a talk and we were like, you know what? You can open it. And he was like, really? And we're like, yeah, but this is your big Christmas present. So, you know, you're not going to have much on Christmas Day to open. He's like, no, it's okay. I totally understand. So we were like, cool. So he's been having fun with that. I'm just having a look here. Oh, yeah. It's from the chickpeas, the liquid from chickpeas. Is that right? They turn it into like a floof and you can use it for baking. So, yeah, I haven't tried it. I can't imagine it would taste good. I suppose you put enough sugar in it. Freaky, I've still got the box. I'm tempted to wrap the box and put the empty box under the tree. Yeah, Mr. Fiberific. I don't think he'd like to be called that. My mum loves being called Mama Fiberific. She really thinks it's amazing. Knitspin Girl says, I bought myself an advent calendar from Tea Talia. I got Talia to ship me a whole pile of the loose tea bags. Not tea bags, you know, the little sample size, because I wanted to ship them off to a friend of mine for Christmas. So I made them like a little care package. So that was cool. That's all shipped off now. Yeah, wrap the box. Yeah, I think so. I think we'll do that. He's going to go out this afternoon, so I've got some stuff that needs, you know, wrapping and placing. So I might do that. Unless he's been in a big purge. So I've got to double check he hasn't ditched the box. But he's loving it. He's got the new U-Butte Samsung tablet, whatever one that is. So he's loving that. And Abby keeps like dropping hints like, so did you get me this thing? Because if you got me this thing and then I'd like to go and buy this for myself with my pay. And I'm like, Abby, you've just got to wait till after Christmas and see what's under the tree. Yeah, but if you just tell me, I'm like, no, get away from me. So, yeah. So we've got the new internet here. It's going. So hopefully it's going well. I'm just trying to think, did we have the new internet last week, or did I install it after the live stream? I think I installed it after the live stream last week. Fast speeds, when it's hardwired, the Wi-Fi I had to play with a bit. So, but we're getting a lot better speeds, but I think I still need to play a little bit with, excuse me, with the, with some settings to be 100% happy. But I'm pretty happy. But last night they did like a local like outage, and I forgot to test it this morning, but I think we're good. I'm just running a speed test now. Yeah, that's what we're doing, Freaky. Like Boxing Day sales. Hello. Why buy anything before Christmas if you don't have to? Ooh, that's an excellent point. Excellent. Do you know what, we should probably put the old tablet in there. The feed has been seamless this week. Oh, thank you. That's good to know. That is good to know. Yeah. Oh, here we go. I'm not loving my bird and blend tea advent, but I have enough Lipton in the cupboard. Oh, that's disappointing. That's very disappointing. I highly recommend checking out the Tea for Talia if she does it again next year. I think we kind of railroaded her into doing it this year. You remember when she was in the live chat a few months back? I don't know if she was planning on doing it this year. And we were like, no, we need it. Yeah. The look on his face. It would be so confusing. Yeah, he plays on it just before he goes to bed. So I think he'd notice. I definitely think he'd notice. Although I do like the idea. I do like that. Yeah, so T. Vitalia, she's one of us. She jumps in, says Natalie Power. She jumps in the chat. Her and I have been friends for many years. And she makes beautiful tea. Who in the chat here has tried Nat's tea? So T. Vitalia tea. And do you think it's a good, like, I personally think it's great for people to try, but do you think it's a good thing for people to try? She's also a small Aussie business as well. So, yeah. Yeah, more tea for me. Freaky, not yet. Jackie, me. Oh, yeah, Sally's got the link in. Good job, Sal. Thank you. tfitalia.net. What have we got? We've got 97 down and 35 up, which is great. Knitspin Girl says, I hadn't tried any until the advent calendar. And what do you think? Love Nat's tea. Holly says that I haven't tried a tea, but one day I'd love to. I might be able to arrange something there, Holly. I still haven't shipped your parcel. Holly, you need to send me a message. I'm struggling to find strawberry, just so you know. Chocolate slice is your favorite. Yeah, me too. Absolutely love. Yes, and absolutely try it if you're loving your tea flavors. Yes. And you bought one for your daughter as well. Chocolate slice again. Yeah. Chocolate slice is so good. Okay. All right. I'll just pop something good in there. Cool. Yeah, because I've been we've looked through 3 different stores, like grocery stores, and we can't find them. Because the thing with Tim Tams is sometimes they are seasonal, which is dumb. There's a few flavors that are always around, but then the others fluctuate in and out. So I'll have a look at what we got. I haven't tried most of them yet because the weather's been so hot. Yeah, there's that as well. Vampire says, I love her mint sliced tea, definitely considering trying others from her. And the other thing that you can do is you can message her and ask for a sample pack. Now, it's not free, but it's a couple of dollars per cup. Or is it a couple? It might be $1.20. Anyway, whatever, you can get a quote from her. So you can send her a message and say, I would love to try this, 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 and this. You pay for the little samples. You pay for the postage. And that way you don't have to worry about getting a full, big bag of tea you don't like. So, yeah. Yeah. A limited edition Tim Tams, when they're good, are annoying because you can't get them back again. Absolutely. I just want you, I'm not stressed about it. I just want you to enjoy it. That's all. It's all good. It's all good. I really wanted to get you the ones you wanted. That's all it is. I wasn't so much stressing. I don't know. I think Tim Tams are great and I want you to have a good experience. That's all. That's all. Oh, and we're now in Tim Tam land. It always happens at least once. So we're here now. Yeah, limited Tim Tams, so annoying. Yeah, so Tea Vitalia tea is great. I think the only one I really haven't liked is what's it called? I can't remember. It's a smoky one. And I think it's because my brain instantly equates the smelling of, especially how smoky that is. My brain instantly went into, I can smell smoke. And one of my serious asthma triggers is smoke. So my brain instantly puts that in a bad place. So I don't even know if the tea is any good or not, because the whole time I was drinking it, my brain just kept going, I can smell smoke. Ah, that's it. The Lapsang shoe song. Oh no. A recipe that's in volume, not weight. Like as in 1 cup, 2 cup versus 100 grams. Yeah. It's gingerbread time. Love gingerbread. We're making gingerbreads. We're going to use the recipe that Lisby popped into the Fiberific Fun Zone. We are also going to be using random cutters, not necessarily Christmas, not necessarily gingerbread men. So yeah, that would be fun. Plug your nose when you drink it. I think that would be the only way I would get to enjoy it, I think. But I just had a little sample. It was in a Christmas tea sampler, so I just make sure I don't buy that one, so I'm not wasting it. So yeah, but other than that, I've enjoyed all of hers, even her green teas, and she does a sort of white rose. I think it's a white rose. That was very nice. It was very, very gentle and very subtle. Bob Curran, what are Tim Tam balls? Tim Tam balls for Christmas. What are Tim Tam balls? We need to know. It's very important. Like, I'm going to the shops. So if there's some extra things I need to put in my shopping cart that involve Tim Tams and crushing them into things and making the balls. Sally says that she's making ginger nut slice tomorrow and a zucchini slice too. Ooh, I like both those things. I like them lots. So we're not going too hard. Like, we've only got, what have we got? We've got 7 people, including us, for Christmas this year. So that's super low key. So we're not going very hard in the whole extra bits because it'll go to waste. And we're going to make a few little things. That's why I'm like Tim Tam balls. Oh, that sounds like something that could be just dispersed when the fruit comes out. Because for dessert, we're going very low key and just going the pavlova with all the trimming so people can just top it however they want. And we normally put like extra fruit out then. That's when the tea and coffee comes out, that sort of stuff. I made sand tarts over the weekend. They're sort of a sugar cookie, but you roll them super thin and then coloured sanding sugar on top. Oh, nice. We got Christmas out of the way on Sunday. Chillax mode engaged. Oh, nice. Oh, dumb veggies. Ruined. Like, ruined. Just the 2 of you for Christmas? How do you feel about that? We tried to do it with just the 3 of us one year, and it felt weird to us. So, yeah. But sometimes it just has to happen because work commitments and life commitments and stuff going on, it just has to be how it has to be. And we had an all right time, but we realized we really did miss the whole shebang. Hey, Teresa, welcome to the chat. Use the Master Food bacon pieces. They are vegan. Really? I mean, I'm not shocked that they don't have much meat in them, but I'm shocked that they have none. Just me and my dad for Christmas this year. He won't eat anything fancy, so if I make something, I'd have to eat the lot. That's such a shame. You should totally make yourself something good that you have to eat the lot of. Yeah. My family doesn't do Christmas, and it doesn't help that we're 900 kilometers apart. Okay. I wouldn't say my family are. Like, I don't think they're actual believers, but I mean, they're happy to do Christmas. Because, like, for us, Christmas is about a time of getting together. It's not so much a religious celebration. We're going to have my mum and we're going to bring her a Facebook live chat. We're going to have a laptop at the end of the table. So my mum and her partner are going to be there that way. So, yeah. Kathy says it's just been the 2 of us for the last 3 years. We do FaceTime on Christmas Day. It's not the same, but sometimes it's what you've got, isn't it? And that's what we have to go with, because my mum can't come for Christmas this year because she can't travel. Super hard now because my sister is to a lot of foods. Oh, that's okay. So she's become a vegetarian due to reactions to meat rather than philosophical reasons. That's understandable. Mm. Oh, the Zooming Christmas, such a good. I think like I've got the technology. Why not use it? Honestly, like if you can't if it's just the distance that's the problem, it's not the same. And I think sometimes it's better than nothing. So, um, my parents are on their way in their Winnebago. I always think of Spaceballs whenever I think of Winnebagos. I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, I can understand why you guys aren't feeling the cheer. I think it's pretty trash that you have to move at Christmas. Oh, Sally. Okay, I understand. She was a vegetarian way before the sensitivity started. Okay, all right. So I'm not a huge meat eater, but when I feel like meat, I want to eat meat. Like, does that make sense? Like, we're not that family that everyone has huge steaks or anything like that. Like, if we buy a steak, we'll actually cut it into 3 and share it because we just want a bit of meat with all our veggie. Um, so, like, we've never been like the big, huge T-bones for everybody kind of thing. Like, because I was reading somewhere that like Australia is like the biggest meat eating country in the world, like something like nearly 100 kilos of meat per person each year. I'm thinking, we don't do that. We don't have that in our house. Like we'll feed the 3 of us with 3 frozen meals with a chicken breast, like mixed through, pasta and sauce and all the other stuff. So, because we just don't like lots of meat. We like meat. It tastes good. We just don't like a lot of it. Um, Gosh, Christmas is going to be a weird one again, but we can all do what we can do. And that's how we can, that's all we can really do is just cope with it the best way we can. Zoom in family where we can if we celebrate, and work if you don't celebrate. If you want to work through it's a great time to take on the extra workload because nobody else wants to work. So that's always handy there as well. Yeah, I agree. I wish this franchise would cool it. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, we normally have like 20 to 30 people at our house for Christmas. So 7's a big step back. So, but there's lots of different reasons why we're having the small Christmas. Yeah, but, we're going to have Mum there via a call. So we might even see if I can get my brother in, one of my other brothers in that way. Guest list features 2 diabetics, 2 with food allergies, a celiac, and a partridge in a pear twig. No, our Christmas, I'm the only one who reacts to everything, and my brother's allergic to seafood. So we just have it. We don't have seafood at Christmas. So like when I go somewhere and there is seafood, it's always really weird because we've never done seafood at Christmas. And yeah, so everything else that I can eat, we have. So yeah. Yeah, Kirby says YouTube failed with the notices again. I'm sorry, Kirby. That's why I say pop it in your calendar. Don't wait for YouTube. They'll stuff you around every time. If she's naughty, you can mute her. I like that. Yeah, Kirby, I've got a few creators that I love to watch, and I will just go and see, like, they're like me as well, and it's the same time every week. And I actually have it in my Google Calendar so that I remember rather than wait on YouTube to remember, because they are useless when it comes to notifying people. They've got a way that they do it. Nobody understands it. Nobody understands why. Like, you've ticked the bell, you've ticked all the things, you've wanted all the notifications, and yet you don't get them. And YouTube goes, nobody wants all the notifications on a channel. It's like, yeah, they do. They ticked all the things. They really do. Anyway, I don't understand why they don't. Honestly, I'm sorry, Kirby. And we've got 5 minutes before we pack it in for the season. Now, I am planning a live stream next week. I think I might run a little poll over in the Fiberific Fun Zone just to double check It is like just to double check that everybody wants to have a live stream next week. I think we should personally, but we'll see how it goes. We'll run a little poll, and it will, and then we'll go from there. So if we can, it'll be like yes, no, and 1 hour instead of 2 hours. So yeah, Holly didn't get one. The hamster notification. The notification hamster is clocked off. I love that. According to Wikipedia, we are number 2 at 114 kilos per person. USA number 1. Yeah, I'm not sure where this data came from, but it was on an article. It was on an article on TV, so it was on the news. So I don't know where they got their info from, but it just seemed like a lot. It seemed like a lot of meat. So yeah, if you're not a member of the Fiberific Fun Zone, make sure you jump over there because that's where we'll run our poll. So yeah, that's where we'll run that particular poll, and we'll see who wants to be in. I have noticed we have a smattering of different coloured members. We've got some gold members and some teal members and the new green members. So with their green name. So if you're wondering what that is all about, they're channel members, and they have decided to chip in each month by clicking the red join button and going that way and supporting the channel that way. When you click, you've got a couple of options of whether or not you like $1.50 a month or $4 a month or $5 a month, whatever it is. You can totally do that, and then you get your own little. You'll get to be green as well. You'll get part of the green team, and your little icons will change colors over time. Sally says, why not? Oh, your cables arrived. Yay! That was fast. I think I only shipped them yesterday. That's pretty cool. I'll take that. Deb D, welcome, and Merry Christmas to you too. There's pretty ninja colors in the chat. Yeah, there's a few different colors. So, oh no, wait a second. Made a mistake in my lace shawl at the beginning of a row, noticed it at the end. I'm sorry. Tinker back. You won't be happy unless you do. Just me, the hubby, daughter, and grandson for Christmas. Yeah. Well, at least there's a couple of you together. And there's something about having kids around for Christmas that makes Christmas special, I think. I think that's the case. We noticed it a few years ago. We started noticing that all the sort of my mum's grandkids were all aging up and getting out of that sort of magical phase. And then my brother and my sister-in-law, 2 separate ones, had kids. So now there's some little 4-year-olds. They both have a 4-year-old each. And so there's more little kids running around again for Christmas. So that's cool too. Just in case you don't know, I was close to being the first member to the channel. Excuse me. Sorry. You were so close. You were so close. I just realized I didn't show you guys my new nails. Here you go. Hang on. Focus. There we go. So we've got red sparklies and we've got black ones with holographic snowflakes with some little red and green gems. So that's what we've got for Lindsay. Tonight was fun. I'm glad I had a chance to join in again. Merry Christmas and happy holidays to everybody. I'm glad you could make it, Lindsay. Oh no, it's got beads in it. Oh, yes, please let us know how you go. That would be good. I went and had photos with Santa, made them do the same as I do for the kids. It made me laugh. Oh, that would have been fun. Abby keeps trying to get me to go and do Santa pics with her, and I'm like, no, I don't want to do Santa pics. I'm like, you can go on your own. She's like, no. Yeah, my nail lady is so cool. Like, I go in and she's like, what do you want? I'm like, I don't know. What do you feel like doing? She's like, well. I'm like, okay, let's do that. So, yeah. Oh, look at this. Sally, the mod extraordinaire. Merry Christmas to everyone. My niece is near 13, has a 2-year-old baby brother, so she's in that phase, jealous of how many gifts he has compared to her. Oh gosh, that's sad. But her gifts will be different. His will be all like little kitty toy, inexpensive gifts, and she'll have like better quality gifts that will last. Because anyway, I'm assuming. Gosh. Makes the mums with screaming toddlers roll their eyes. Oh my gosh, I love that. I love that. That's one of the reasons why you go. And then welcome to the chat. I only got here for the last 10 minutes, but I want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas. Thank you, Annette. Sally, I don't think I have either. I'm not sure. I don't remember it. I mean, I possibly could have. There's no photo evidence of me on Santa's knee. So, yeah. Well, everybody, it is that time. I hope you all have a fantastic and wonderful time with your family, whether you're celebrating Christmas or not, but keep safe over this next week. It's going to be crazy. And it's people are crazy in the shops and they're crazy on the roads. So even if you're not celebrating this season, just be careful. Those of us that are celebrating, I hope you have a wonderful time with your family, or whoever you're celebrating with, and just have an awesome time and take that time to sort of think back and remember the things this year that haven't sucked. So that's my goal, is to remember the things that didn't suck this year and help me prepare for next year to make it suck less than this year. That's my goal. That's my whole life goal. Make the next thing suck less than the last. So I hope you all have a wonderful and Merry Christmas. And I will see you in the chat over in the fun zone for a poll, but I think I'll see you next week. So we'll get to do New Year's next time. I'll catch you later if I can find the end broadcast. All right, you guys, be good, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.